He likes his butt beat. That's how we start the live stream.
That's how we start. Hello, everybody. I'm Beelzebub. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little over a year. Hopefully, I remember how to do this, but as I'm sure everyone in the stage or on the stage or in the chat knows, yesterday, Diana Clarion, Lavender Lady, as she was also known, passed away. So I thought that we would have a live stream where we could, I don't know, tell stories about her and, just maybe have a chance to grieve a little bit and celebrate that we knew her at all. So with that, I'm going to let everybody else introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Julie. My pronouns are she, her. I talk when I'm nervous, so everybody in here, don't let me talk over you.
I'm Mage. I wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for Diana. Kind of got into doing all the streaming and stuff, partly because of her.
Hi, I'm Tria. A few years ago, I came across Diana and Purple Rhymes with Orange's live streams and just hopped in and was around for a bit, and then life got kind of hectic and I just had to kind of walk away to do other things.
Real quick, hey, chat, can you see Alex and I?
And Aster.
I only ask because my portion of the screen is completely black on YouTube.
Yeah, it's black on YouTube for sure. Yeah. And at first, I had to refresh a few times before it showed that we were live.
Oh, there he is.
So I hit the camera to turn it off and put it back on again, and it just comes on.
That's what works.
All right.
We're laughing
back on again.
Right now, and I'm not watching on YouTube because I'm just on my phone, but in the stream itself, you look frozen.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing.
Yeah, the camera is definitely frozen.
Yeah.
Technical issues.
They always happen.
First, our mic didn't work at all.
Considering your usual bandwidth issues, you might be better off just leaving the camera off.
That's possible. Yeah, because
But then you can't see puppies.
Yeah.
I was so excited to show everyone the puppies, though.
We might still get to.
There.
Oh, look at those eyes.
I'll show you my puppy.
Yeah, we have 7 of them.
I have a quick thank you. I wanted to say thank you to Amiga Nuts. Amiga Nuts is now the new custodian of Sylvia, who is Diana's beloved cat. So I was inordinately worried about what would happen to this cat. And I was like, I live in the South, but I might be able to get a flight to the East Coast. Can't really afford it, but I have a credit card, and so Amiga, thank you so much. I actually, it's funny. Junk Shop said to me earlier, he said, I knew it would either be Purple or Amiga Nuts. I wasn't even worried.
So Amiga Nuts decided to keep Sylvia, huh?
Yeah, apparently so.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I was willing to step up if need be too, but I have no idea how we should get down here.
Yeah, that was my exact problem. It's like, oof, that's a lot to go pick up a kitty. I'd do it if like there was no other option. I would have done it. But also, Junk Shop and I are both allergic. But I don't know. We'd figure it out. I don't know. I'm just thank you, Amiga Nuts, and thank you, Purple, because I'm sure if Amiga Nuts hadn't stepped up, you would have. So just putting that out there.
Yeah, not to mention the times Purple went down to Pennsylvania herself to see Diana.
Didn't you do that?
Yes, she did.
I wasn't able to come with you. Why? Oh, that's whenever I was sick. Right. Yeah. Going to another state when you have cancer is kind of not. Yeah. I think I had chemo because I remember having chemo on Saturdays. So that I was about to be like, why the hell didn't I go with you? Makes sense.
Oh, no.
How you doing
you're-
anyway? I haven't heard much from you, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm feeling much better. I mean, like I've been in remission for, God, when was that? We were still living with your mom. It's been a few months.
Little over a year.
Yeah, God, it's been a year.
It's been over a year. That's a really good sign, Alex. That's
Wow,
really good.
Yeah, that
I'm due for I still have, because I had cancerous polyps, not like cysts or tumors or anything. So like I am due for what is it called, a colonoscopy, that they want to check because I still have polyps and they want to make sure that it's still benign.
Right.
But aside from that, it doesn't really affect my life much anymore.
Yeah, that's good. I am glad. I did not like hearing that. Made me okay. Anyway, we're here to talk about Diana.
Yeah.
I have so many feelings about so many things, and I haven't done a YouTube stream in forever. And I'm not doing one now.
We're gonna get distracted.
Yeah, we will. We will get distracted. So I'm gonna ask a question. We can poll everybody in the chat, or if everybody just here wants to say something. But how many languages did that bitch speak? It was a lot. Like it was. I know it was more than one or two that she was fluent in.
Definitely English and Russian.
English and Russian. Yes, that's right. Did she speak German as well, or am I misremembering that?
German, yeah. I remember one of my first conversations with Diane. I speak a lot of languages too. We had like a mini competition on who spoke more languages.
Of course, she had her fluent stupid.
Oh, and also her incredible wit. Like, who will ever forget the "I'm full of poo" song? I don't know about y'all, but it's been in my head for the last 48 hours.
I know. I was actually. If anybody can find me a good clip from one of her streams, give me the link and the timestamp in either Purple or Lavender's DM, or just send it to me directly. I'm working on a little something, but I've already put a little bit something together. But that's kind of I'm letting things slip here a little bit.
Understood. I actually wrote a spoken word poem for her a couple of years ago, and I tried to find it, and I can't. I don't know where it is. It's gone. It's we moved like 3 times since then. I have no idea where.
Yeah, I had purchased one of her planners as a memento.
That's
before,
nice.
well, long before she died there.
Yeah.
And they're still available on Amazon too.
Oh shit.
They are?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to do this posthumously. I feel bad about that, but that'd be yeah.
Let me see if I can get the link if you guys want.
Thank you. All right, Bub, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a second to do my thing. As y'all know, I'm very, very, very Irish American, and this is what we do when someone dies. If you're not a drinker, just lift a beverage that you like. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be alcohol. But I'm going to say.
That's right. I was going to pour myself a little something as well.
Oh, do it. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait.
I happen to have some Tullamore Dew right here on hand.
Nice. I wish I had something Russian, but I don't even have vodka in the house. So I've got nothing Diana specific.
Yeah. All right. I got it.
All right. And my days of shooting tequila are over. So let's not even go there.
I felt that.
It wouldn't be the mills above upstream without drinking.
It really wouldn't, but also like I just want to acknowledge that this isn't everybody's thing. That's fine. Eat it, pop a gummy, and think of Diana. Whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
Dude, I just ran out of pot, and I feel like Diana would love if I took a hit for her.
Man,
I'm sure she would. Yes.
I wish you didn't live hundreds of miles away. I would have you. I got you. Man. All right. Well, okay.
What?
So there's dog chaos happening. Okay.
I'll do that next time though, because I have a friend that's going to be dropping off a few pounds for me. So,
okay.
So it's like,
right.
okay,
legally
have
and all
notes.
above board and all of those things said. Okay. I'm just gonna say Diana was a brilliant, fascinating, intensely honest, and beautiful human being who helped get my partner and I through some really rough times. I mean, we all bonded together during quarantine, and that's when we all found each other and met. And I know I've been away for a while, and I haven't done anything on my channel, and it's been because of work and other things. But like, it's weird to wake up in a world where there isn't Diana. So I just want to say that I love her, and she was a good friend. To Diana.
Good Diana.
To Diana.
Did
I don't have a drink.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hopefully the camera stays working this time.
It looks good.
But yeah,
And I put the link to Diana's planner in the private chat there. For anybody wants it, you can. If you may want to put that in the public chat, you can do that.
Thank you.
I'm on my phone, so I currently can't, but I'm sure I'll put it in the comment section or something later.
All right.
I made the mistake of putting on eye makeup. Please go.
I can put it in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you, Tria.
Yep. I'm useful for something.
You are good for many things. I barely know you, and I already know that you're good for many things. Woof, you guys, this is rough. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude.
I will say this. I don't know how much experience everybody has with kidney failure, but that's one of the things. My mother was in stage 4 kidney failure when she passed away. And it's not fun. It's not fun to watch. It's not a good time. And so I just, I don't mean to sound callous, but part of me is happy that, she's not suffering anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if that's too weird. Or
I'm sure she'd agree. I mean, she kind of. I mean, think about how many times she said she's how much suffering she was in. I mean, it wasn't just the cancer; it was her neck too, and
yeah. It's not. There comes a point where it's like your pain is too much, and it's just better at that point for you to be able to go when you're ready.
Yeah, preach.
I had to deal with that a little bit with my own mom, who basically decided that she was just going to refuse to die until she just couldn't anymore. And it's a lot. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being glad that at least she's not in pain anymore.
Thank you, Tria. And I'll also say, if anybody out there, because honestly, this was just my own brother who is older than I and works IT. There you go, Alex. Works IT for a very prominent children's research hospital. But he's not a doctor. He does like IT and / customer service. Like, that's what he does there. He's not at all a medical professional. And he was like, why wasn't she on dialysis? And I told him, I was like, Mike, I was in the room. That was the first time in my life I ever saw our mother refuse medical care. Like, if your notion of dialysis is in steel magnolias, you're wrong. They don't do it like that anymore. It's much more invasive. And the phrenologist didn't even think my mother would survive the procedure. And she actually said, I don't want that. And literally first time in my life I ever heard my mother refuse medical care. Like, she was not going to do it. And given everything, she had a lot of comorbidities. I don't mean to make this about my mom. I'm just saying that, like, I've watched somebody suffer with kidney failure, and it sucks. But yeah, it's just awful, and I'm just glad that that part's over. But I will miss Diana forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss her already.
There's no one else like her.
She
I need to stop talking.
She I find it that only hateful. I find it very, very heartwarming that just damn near about everybody, even if they didn't know her too terribly well, knew her as a kind, loving community builder, essentially.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like she, as long as you weren't an asshole, a complete asshole to her, anybody she cared about, she genuinely loved everybody she came across.
She had a lot of patience too. I know there were a few conversations we had with, like, just together, that my autism was kind of being a dick, and she was patient, and not everybody is, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't remember. Oh,
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, bud.
I was just gonna say that I remember talking about how patient and compassionate she was. Like, there was a live stream I was doing, she was on it, and we all know those red pill religion fuck faces, you know. They decided to raid the stream, and one of them was like, I don't know, female relative got hit on by one of your kind, and instead of being like, well, fuck you too, Diana was like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean one of my kind? Woman? Human? You know?
Yeah. That is a perfect response.
Yeah.
I would have just said, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, right? I would have been.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the petty mood at this point as a trans person, where I'm like, you come in here and say one of my kind, I'm gonna use you for content for like fucking 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna respond to every video you have.
I post all the time when people are being bigots in whatever way. And it's great. It's like, you might as well, like, full blast. Oh, is he sinking into you? So you might as well blast them sometimes, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, that wasn't her kind of way, though, and I feel like a lot of times a lot of people would walk away confused because they just could not get under her skin. It took a lot. It took you a lot to get under her skin, and even then, it was usually just on a bad day, because most of the time she would just discuss you through things.
And there's that brilliance again, because she could do that. Like, she was a master. Don't anybody make a joke about this. That's inappropriate in the chat, okay? She was a master debater. And she was awesome. She was awesome at it. And she was smart, and she knew how to do I used to teach this stuff that I can't even remember, but she knew how to bring people in, and like you said, Tria, like, if they left confused because now they were like, what made them feel icky in their tummy about trans people, now they're confused because this trans person was nice to them. Awesome. Like, that's great.
Yeah, and honestly, it is truly a skill. I don't think people realize that, and it is one that not everybody possesses. It's truly not.
I go straight to cussing them out, like, or I laugh at them and troll them. I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't have the patience that Diana has.
I just block and move on at this point because I have zero energy left for anything outside of just taking care of me and my family. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Just block. If you come back, I'll just hit the block button fucking again.
Yeah, that's valid. It depends on what mood I'm in. I get that too. Like, if they go straight to, like, pills and stuff and they're extreme, it's like, nah, I'm not engaging. I get that.
Yeah.
I have a policy of not blocking people.
I have to.
Yeah.
No.
I have had to block a couple of people. Well, I blocked one person for my own sanity and / actual physical safety, and then I blocked a sibling because he was posting shit about how like VACCINESs don't work. I don't want to get this taken down. That's why I spelled that out. But I'm not saying they don't. They do. But he was posting stuff on my page and like calling my friends who were quarantining like they were supposed to be and staying home. He was calling them lazy and telling them to get back to work. And I was like, okay, you don't get to be here anymore. These two guys have had my back since I was a kid. You left. You're like way older than I am. I barely know you. You don't matter as much to me. And the whole time he was doing this, he was sending me DMs of videos of his adorable kitten. This is like some weird manipulation. Like he called me his enemy on Facebook publicly and then sent me a DM of his adorable little black kitten. And I was like, you are weird, dude. Like, we're separated by more than 10 years, and I do not know you. I just realized. Like, I love my other sibling, but I even love that idiot, but he's an idiot. He's my idiot flat earther sibling. What are you going to do?
I think everyone has one family member.
Yep.
Only one.
Mine's my entire family.
Only one.
Only one. So I live in this house.
If we're talking about only one, I've got only one that's really my family at this point. That's a story for another stream.
Yeah, let's just say there's a lot of things that I agree to disagree about just to keep certain people in my life, like the whole atheism thing. I don't really like. I'll go online and talk about it all day, but I don't discuss it with my family because they're all uber religious.
I don't even talk to any of my family at all. I have restraining orders over like half my family, and then the rest are just blocked. So it's like I don't put up with them.
You need to, though.
Yeah.
You needed that.
I have an uncle that's just like, he's kind of a nut, I can't do it because every conversation will turn to an argument. Like he's not abusive like the rest of my family, but I still have him blocked because like I can't, my like sense of, I think it's called like autism justice. Like whenever someone's wrong, it is so stressful. Yeah. So like, is that Mage?
No,
said that they have a policy against blocking, and I'm like, my block list is so long.
So prolific.
I just keep scrolling down it.
I don't know. I think somebody had asked to me who sort of knew of Diana but didn't really know her too terribly well, and they were like, "Is there family to contact?" And I'm like, no. I think the atheist community in general.
Yeah, the atheist community and the queer community.
Atheist
community. I think she had a cousin that was alive, but
did she have a cousin still alive? I thought she'd outlived everybody. I could be wrong. That's how I remember, and human memory and shit, but especially mine. But like, I remember her saying
that cousin, or was she just on decent speaking terms with them?
Not close, from my remember.
Yeah, I think most of her family did not handle her being who she was. Sorry, fuck, past tense sucks.
She never, if she ever referred to her adoptive parents, she always used the evil bastards. So that kind of
yes. I think that tells you all you need to know, right? Oh my god.
Yeah. So I think I think some people in the atheist community were way more family to her than
definitely
the family she grew up with.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah. So so thank you, Bub, for doing this because I was kind of rocked, and I just Yeah, I needed this.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah, we
'Cause-
were definitely more her family than her family.
Yeah, and we can't all convene in Pennsylvania. I mean, I some of us probably might be able to, but I can't. I will
Well, she was in New
love
York.
you.
When she passed, so
She was, but I didn't know if she was still technically living in Pennsylvania or.
no, she was living with Amiga Nuts in New York.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's how Amiga Nuts got Sylvia.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
well done.
she kept wanting to move back to Philadelphia, and like I
that was
really
pathetic.
understand it. I
Yeah.
really fucking do. But in Philadelphia, there was no one to take Sylvia, and it was like, honey, if you want somebody to be able to take care of Sylvia, if something happens to you, you need to be close by, even if you're not living with somebody, close by to somebody who can take over for
Yeah,
handling her. Because yes, Sylvia can handle herself for probably a day or two, but anything beyond that, and Sylvia ain't gonna make it.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was everything to her.
yeah. Deanna had an abusive relationship with that state.
New York or Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Oh dear. Can you say more?
Oh, just how isolated she was, how the people around
yes.
her were just basically shit.
I get you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. Yeah, and the lack of social care, the lack of the. I mean, she was already living in a subsidized housing complex because she was disabled. And there were so many times when she was like nearly evicted from that.
She ended up getting evicted. Actually, that's
why she did.
That's why she ultimately ended up moving in with Amiga Nuts, because there was no. She didn't have any other choice.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I should have known that.
Unfortunately, when you're dealing with subsidized housing, if the landlord fucks up and it's not up to a certain quality, even if it's not your fuck up, you just get kicked out from the housing unless you can find other housing.
Yeah, she couldn't clean the place up because she was constantly sick. So the place became a huge mess, and then the landlord came in, inspected, and like, oh, yeah, you're out unless you clean this place up.
Yeah.
So without Amiga Nuts, without Amiga Nuts, she would have died on the street.
Yeah,
possibly.
Essentially.
Yeah.
No, we might have come up with something otherwise.
We might have, and I hope we would have. But just another thank you to Amiga Nuts. My goodness, just madness. Yeah. Oy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm digesting that, and that's going to take a minute to process. And the thing is, I live in a state that has virtually no social safety nets because I live in the South. So I get it. I do. My accent's getting thicker as I talk about it. I completely understand.
I mean,
I know
it's really frustrating.
I mean, as somebody who technically works within the system, it's kind of a gray area. Support for the elderly and disabled people is virtually non-existent. It's become such an individualistic thing that, generally speaking, unless you have an eldest daughter or an eldest son, there's nothing. And even then, that's not enough.
Oh, it's really creepy here, where unless you are legally married, and I know I did weird quotation fingers there, but when Junk Shop and I got married, it was illegal for gay couples to marry in our state, but it was and still is legal to marry your first cousin. So that's the kind of South I come from. All right. It sucks. I know, it's so gross. It's so wrong.
Well, I'm currently living in Florida, so.
My sympathies to you.
You win.
My sympathies to you. Being trans in Florida is no fun.
No, I'm not trans.
I am.
But just being an atheist in Florida must be kind of weird.
So, yeah, I am atheist, progressive, liberal, and I'm surrounded by Trump signs all over me, around me in my neighborhood. So
Oh my
Uh,
God.
I'm in a weird spot where I live in one of the major cities, and it is truly 50-50. Like, it's half and half.
Wow.
But the 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 left side tends to be a little bit more liberal pushing, and the right side tends to be off the map for right extreme. So it's really, really, really fucking odd.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, memories about Diana, because I know we're all. Well, actually, I should not speak for the rest of you. I am deflecting. I'm bringing up other things because I don't want to be sad, but I need to be sad because I don't ever get to talk to my friend again. And I did not speak to her enough when she was still here. So I'm also dealing with some guilt. That's my stuff. That's on me. I was raised Catholic. I can't help it. All right. So Bub, what's your favorite memory of Diana?
Actually, probably that story I told where she like just casually schooled the red pill religion people. I love that because you got on the one hand you got me who's just like I don't remember why I couldn't ban them, but I think my computer was being slow, so I could either do StreamYard or I could do YouTube, but not both. So I'm over there telling everybody just to hit the ban, like all the different mods that I had, just hit the ban icon, get rid of them. I don't want them here. They have no place. And Diana's just like, no, we're gonna have a little fun with them.
Always up for the fight, that one. Always. Gosh, she was awesome.
well, I remember when I actually first met Diana. When I saw it was actually Kate Farr by Yankton, and so I saw her on one of the streams, and I followed her quite a bit. So I went to the stream, figured I'd sit there watching. I started chatting a little bit and then chatting. And then I was like, "Who's that?" Like, "Oh yeah, I know Mage." I was like, "Oh okay." She just welcomed me right away.
Aww.
And I just kept coming back each time. And eventually, one time when she was in the hospital, she like she needed somebody to talk to, and I do have a social anxiety kind of thing with phones, so it was kind of hard for me. But I called her up and I
Well
talked
done.
to her, and just kind of kept her company while until the nurse came and needed to take her away to do something. Which is fine by me because I was making dinner while I was talking to her, and just kind of kept her company. So it's
I've got phone anxiety too, so I understand very much that was a big deal, and it's good that you did that.
yeah, actually my anxiety, not just with phones, but just being out with around is actually so bad. I'm actually legally disabled from it.
Yeah.
Which is why I actually got into doing these streams, because it's exposure therapy helps me, and during the pandemic I couldn't do that kind of therapy with going up to people and whatnot, like in public.
Yeah.
So I started doing streaming.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have two anxiety disorders, and and another fun thing. But anyway, that's all I'm talking about right now. But like, yeah, I feel you on that. And the pandemic made my generalized anxiety so much worse.
Oh yeah,
like so much worse. We still don't. I mean, to this day, like, and it really did a number on both of us. But like, my partner and I don't still rarely, if ever, go to restaurants. We will order from our favorite places and like have takeout, but we won't go sit in a room full. I mean, there's still too many. Anyway, I don't want to get all paranoid.
understand, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and I wear a mask at work, and I'm one of like 4 people that, and I'm very privileged. I get to work from home 4 days out of the week, and then 1 day a week I have to be at the office. And when that day happens, I'm one of the 5 people wearing a mask, and it's fine. It just is what it is. And the nice thing about it is that no one says anything or gives you the stink eye for it, which I've definitely gotten in public. Like I'll go to the grocery store and I'll put on a mask, and somebody will look at me like, I'm like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, I don't mess with anybody wearing a mask. I stopped wearing a mask for a while, but I actually need to repair my mask. But I don't give anybody shit for
No, because
one.
you don't know. Like I said, I live in a city with a major children's research hospital, and like we're used to seeing, and it's sad to say, but we're used to seeing really small kids who are immunocompromised wearing masks. Like pre-pandemic, we were used to this.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's actually a good practice that we probably should get into if we're doing like flus and stuff. If you have the flu or think you might have the flu, put a mask on.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's what they do all over Asia. And actually my doctor said the same thing. He was like, in 2020, he said, I cannot believe how many fewer like flus, colds, and sinus infections I've seen this year.
Yeah,
because, and I think it's because people are wearing masks. Sorry,
all the social distancing and mask wearing that definitely had an impact on the flu.
It did. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Bub, get us back on track. I keep deflecting because I don't want to feel pain. I'm scared of emotions.
This is perfect for the Diana thing. She always goes went off track.
We got on a tangent about our anxiety disorders. Somebody put us back on task, please.
Oh God.
I know I'm giving you. That's a terrible thing to ask the host to do. I'm sorry, but you did host this.
I'm sorry.
Does anybody know where Diana's cooking channel is? Because I would like to get together with one of my friends. He didn't know her quite as well, but take one of her recipes or something and make it.
Yeah,
transgendered chef.
Thank you.
The transgendered chef. Oh my God. Okay,
I'll put that in the.
I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Somebody. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead. Or I'm sorry. I didn't. Yep. You're Mage. Are you a he/him? You're a he/him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, okay. Sorry, sorry. Again, raised in the South, so I might say sir or ma'am sometimes. I try not to.
But it doesn't bother me if you get it wrong.
That's very kind.
There's the link to her cooking channel.
Thank
you.
Bailey.
Thank you. Yeah, let's all cook some of Diana's recipes because
it's a great idea.
We know she spoke at least 3 languages. I imagine she was a fantastic cook.
Oh, yeah, she was.
I'll watch for some reason. Yeah, I'll try
Unfortunately, by the time she started that channel back up, she had already started get sick. So there's not a lot there, but
there's some good looking ones here. I'm gonna have to try some of these.
The slow cooker ones I could probably do pretty easily.
I have a slow cooker. I can do that.
I struggle with cooking now, so I have to team up with somebody to do the kitchen prep while I tell him like what the ingredients are and all of the spices and everything. But it works out pretty well.
There you go. That's fair. I love to cook. Cooking is something that I do when I don't know what else to do for people. I'm like, hey, I can make you dinner. I can make you a casserole. I can do whatever. But it on the daily, it stresses me out a little bit because I don't want it to be a chore. I want it to continue to be something I love. Like you clean the toilet. That's a chore. Sorry to transpose cooking and toilet there, but I'm not transposing. That's a terrible thing, but it's true. It's like the bathroom has to be clean and food has to be made. The bathroom can be a chore. That's fine. It's an unpleasant thing I do to have the joy of having a clean bathroom. Not a problem.
Hi, Godless Scummer. I'm just.
Hey,
One of
Godless.
the things I had actually wanted to do sometime was to actually go and eat a meal with her, but unfortunately, never really had the money to go and visit.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, the one time I did go visit her, I had just gotten her back from the hospital, and she's like, "Let me cook you something, sweetness." And I'm like, "No, Diana, you just got back from the hospital. You're weak. You can hardly stand. I'm gonna cook for you. How about that?"
Yeah,
that's definitely Diana
What I
for
made
you.
was so underwhelming.
That is so weird. Wait, what did you make that was underwhelming?
I don't even remember what I cooked. It was something like quick and simple, though.
That's fair.
But compared to what you'd look at on her transgendered chef channel, that's
Daisy. Sorry. Daisy gets aggressive with the puppy sometimes. She just had one of the puppy's entire snouts in her mouth.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to just scream in your guys' ears.
No, you didn't.
Fine. Yeah, the puppy's fine. Just Mama likes to play really rough. I mean, she's a pit bull.
Yeah.
They tend to like to play a little rough. Hi, Daisy.
I know. Hi, Daisy. Hey, Godless Scummer, how are you doing, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been around in quite a while, actually, so...
I haven't either.
So what's your Diana memory?
I don't think I have one that really sticks out to my mind, but I just, Diana's sort of among the sort of first people I met in the community, and I just think, she's just someone it's impossible to have anything bad to say about her at all. She's just one of the nicest, sweetest people I think you could ever hope to meet. And I just think, as well, it's like any time, just happen to be on a stream with her, it was just always such a pleasure. I'll just get the negativity out of the way now, can I? Because there's someone still being a complete fucking prick online. Can I just say for the record, fuck Darth Dawkins.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Fuck Darth Dawkins. I'll drink to that.
What's going on with that?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Who knows?
I don't know.
What's going on with that?
Let's just put it this way. He can't take one day off for being an evil little jizz maggot and let us grieve in peace.
He's talking shit about Diana in particular?
How can you talk shit about Diana?
I saw one person
after she's dead.
I saw one person going to the name of Pablo, who I responded to, who's being a jerk.
Yeah.
I know Pablo.
Let's say, if you've seen that account, Evolution False, right? That's
the one.
I
saw that post, yeah.
That's an alter ego of Darth Dawkins. That's one of his accounts.
Yeah. Any moderators? Like, let's just not tonight. Like, if you could just, I don't know what you're. Can we get that out?
I just want to get that negative. I just want to get that negativity out of the way now. So
thank you. But also, can we not grieve in fucking peace?
No.
My God.
Yeah.
I mean, my godless life, but still, what the?
That was started with Pablo, and then in the evolution things chimed in, and I responded to the first one, and was like, this is a kind human being who had many people who cared for her, and you want to come in here and pick a fight? Let's see a bit of human decency and respect here.
Thank you. That was an excellent answer. Thank you. Oof. Oh, that burns my biscuits. Jesus, I'm really mad.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's not funny, but the burn my biscuits thing threw me off.
But I mean, I suppose in a way,
I don't mean to laugh.
I mean, in a way, like a guy like that is not someone I expect an awful lot out of to begin with. But
No.
yes, this is pretty much a new low even for him. But
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunate thing is hate doesn't care whether or not you're grieving.
yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But anyway, look. At the end of the day, I'll just get that. I just sort of get that out, that little bit of negativity out of the way, because you don't,
You know
because
what?
at the end of the day,
Honest-
he's not gonna ruin our memories of Diana,
No.
So
Honestly, if the only people who have anything bad to say about you are hateful bigots, you are one wonderful, great person.
yeah.
What
And that's
Tria
what Diana
said.
was.
Y'all. And also, thank you for bringing that up, Scummer, because you're absolutely right. And also, it's not just. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. There was something I was gonna say, and then I caught myself at a loss for words because I'm so like my Irish is so up, if you know what I mean. I'm so mad. I'm like, how do you even? Because here's the thing, I would leave. It could be a person that I despise morally, but at the same time, like I'd leave them alone if they were grieving someone, because that's just the human thing to do. And it's like, and I have done that. I have actively done that. I went to to see the laying out of a friend's dad because she needed old friends there, and I went. But when I knelt down in front of the casket to do a supposedly Catholic prayer in front of the guy, I said in my mind, if there is a hell, I know you're in it. Because I knew stuff about that guy, and I knew how he had treated his daughters growing up. But I didn't say that to his daughter, who was still grieving a very complicated relationship that she had with her father. You know what I mean? Like, I kept that shit inside. I hated that man.
Yeah,
but I was respectful.
Unfortunately, when you're dealing with transphobic people, they literally find glee over trans people's deaths.
Yeah, they do.
Glee over causing more pain.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So it sucks, but you're not wrong.
But I've been watching the threads. I've been watching what people have been saying, because it's a block. I treat it like a quick block list. There's only been 1 or 2 hateful comments compared to the outpouring by a bunch of different people, some who I haven't even heard of or heard from or seen in a while, because we all have either walked away for offline reasons or just have done something different. All of our different reasons, people are still showing back up for her.
This actually kind of reminds me of the thing I used to ended my. I recently started a new channel, and I ended the first video I put up with this quote from a paraphrased quote from Herman Monster. I added a little bit to it. It says, "You can be tall or short, fat or thin, ugly or handsome, trans or cis, straight or gay, or any shade of skin color. It doesn't matter. What matters is the size of your heart and the strength of your character."
Amen. Just so that people can be annoyed that I still use that word, but
Yeah.
Holy fucking Luya. Absolutely.
But
that was I paraphrase.
Preach.
Yeah, but I paraphrase that from. It's actually it's actually a quote from the show. I changed I added a little bit to it, obviously, but It was
No, it's good.
from the Munsters show, and it was something that Herman
Yeah.
Munster was telling his son in the show.
Oh,
And
that would have been kind of groundbreaking for the
yeah,
Munsters. That's
it was
fantastic.
like something like in the 50s when he said that
Yeah.
in the show. It was the first season too, so give
Yeah,
you an
50s
idea.
or 60s. But yeah, black and white. I remember watching the reruns as a kid in the 80s. Yeah.
But yeah, the video was about the philosophy and pulp culture, and so I figured I was kind of going through some of the stuff that personally affects me, and the kind of the philosophies I've lived by based on stuff I've found in movies and such. And that
That's an easy one for me, Madge, because I got myself ordained as a priest in the Church of the Latter Day Dude. So
yeah.
Oh
That'd be
my
a good one. That'd
gosh.
be a good one for me to go over.
yeah,
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is the plan. And just so you know, you're committing to it right now. Is that Junk Shop Library and I are going to fly to the UK on our 25th wedding anniversary, and you, sir, are going to renew our vows for us. We're gonna do that.
I'd have to read up on the wedding ceremony again.
We've only been married for 9 years, so it'll be a long
be a
time.
while,
You have plenty of time. Like, hopefully, we all live that long, right? Like, you have a long time.
Because I'm starting to, just if it, Oh, the mic was. I thought we were still muted.
Did everyone agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Is everybody okay over there? We understand if you're not. It's okay.
Hey, stop it. Stop it. Oh, he fucking looked at me for a second, made eye contact, and then started doing it again.
I know that is a dog, but that is a cat move. The cat literally looked at me like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
I know that is a dog, but that's a cat move. Oh, truer words. My goodness.
I'm not used to dogs. I'm used to cats.
I know. I'm a cat person. Well, apparently now we're fish people, but yeah, I was a cat person.
They're much louder
for a while. And I got my dog.
Oh, dogs are great, though.
Yeah, I actually ended up getting my dog because I had a cockatiel that was really important to me, and she passed away a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
And then a year ago, I decided to get my dog, and interestingly enough, it turns out that this dog was born in the same year and in the same month as when my cockatiel died.
Oh, wow. I mean, I know it's coincidence and all, but it's almost like,
I know.
Hey,
It's like if I believe in reincarnation, I'd be thinking that it would be my bird reincarnated as a dog,
All right. Or like, or just like this. I heard someone express this in a documentary, and they were raised in a cult, essentially, and they're not in that cult anymore, and they are not religious anymore. But something that this woman said about how she couldn't imagine how to leave until she figured it out, and she did. And then she said, what you need to know, and she's speaking in this moment to like people in cults and in abusive cult situations. She said, the universe will catch you. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but there are people out there who will catch you, and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, the dog was interesting. I had I was actually had a dream. I got a dog that night, and I woke up. I went checked the page for the Humane Society, and she was on there. She was a new entry on there. It was her first day at the shelter. So I called him up and like, okay, I want to go see this dog. I'll be down there in like an hour. It takes me about an hour to get down here. It's a far drive. So I drive down there as soon as I could. Got there as soon as I walked in. I was like, I want to see this. I want to see Molly, and then suddenly the fire alarm goes off. So I had to leave the building, And apparently, there was some construction workers who set the fire alarm off. Is what happened. So it wasn't a
Oh
fire.
dear.
So they got everything taken
That's
care
good.
of. We went back in, but she was stuck in the kennel at the time, so she was terrified from the fire alarm. It was her first day there. So
Oh.
I sit down and they have this little kind of glass room where they have where you get to meet the dogs, and the guy brings them in, and she comes right up to me, gets up on my lap, and looks at me like, "You want to get on my lap?" And I kind of nudge her a little bit. And she just immediately jumps right up into my lap, puts her head on my shoulder, and like, "Oh, okay." I just hug her, and she's shaking because she's terrified. She's just sitting on my lap and then petting her.
Oh.
And that's why I decided, yeah, this is my dog.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what's happened with every cat I've ever had. I apologize if I'm making anyone motion sick. I should not have turned my camera back on until I was back at my spot. Okay, I'm in my spot. So yeah, no, every cat I've ever had has just like turned up and been like, "Hi, I live here now." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, you do. You absolutely do. Come on in. It's fine."
It was like my first. It was kind of like my first cat. I was a little kid. We went to. There was a person had this fenced in, kind of a screened in porch. And I sat there and there's a bunch of cats. They had like, it was like a crazy cat lady kind of thing. So I just sat down in a chair. I'm looking at all the cats they have, and this one cat just jumps up in my lap, curls up, and falls asleep. Like this one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one wanted you. And cats, they're kind of like pit bulls in this way, Alex. They pick their person. They're like,
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I was just listening to you guys talk about cats. The last time we had cats was right before we went onto the streets. And
I know.
we had to rehome all of our animals, including the cats that were actually ours. And I remember when Ben took one of the cats from me, I literally started screaming. So it's like, that was my pet. Like that was mine.
I'm so sorry.
I just woke up from that.
I'm sorry you guys ended up. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys ended up having to give up your animals like that. That's
Yeah.
Well, and because that and everything that comes with not having a roof over your head, that was some bullshit.
Yeah,
and
it was definitely traumatizing. I don't know who I have on Facebook, and I didn't talk about it publicly on TikTok because hey guys, I have 15,000 on TikTok, which isn't a lot, but it was too much for what I was going through. So I don't know who I have on Facebook, but I lasted maybe like not even a week, 2-3 days, and then I went into a mental hospital because I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. I wouldn't either. And I mean, honestly, like, I know you all know the story. Tria may not, but the rest of you do. Like, if it wasn't for Godless Granny, like Joel and I, Junk Shop and I would have ended up, no one heard that, erase it from your brain, edit it now. We would have ended up in a very weird situation, but we wouldn't have ended up actually on the street because I've got a big family and they've taken me in before. They took me in when I was getting divorced from my first spouse. So it's weird and not cool at all to have to move your adult life back into your teenage bedroom. Not fun, but I did have some really good times with my parents and with my mom before the dementia set in. So that was
the house I'm living in now was my childhood home from like when I was like 1 or 2, and it was owned by my grandmother, and I ended up getting it from her after she passed. So it was thanks to my family that I have a roof over my head now and not living on the street really.
Yeah, absolutely.
For as many flaws as they have, that's definitely not one of them.
No, and that's the thing is like, but that's just luck. You know, it's like
Yeah, that was luck. I consider myself very lucky in that.
me too.
situation.
Me too. And my parents are not. My dad's still around, and he's going to be 82 this August. But like they weren't perfect people, but they very much, you know, cared about us and stuff, which is nice. But that got weird. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody, just pretend that this is a like a Delta 8 or Delta 9 joint or something. Just don't
Sure.
smoke what I'm actually smoking right now because it's bad for you and terrible. Don't do it. And I always feel like I have to say that because I feel bad if I don't.
PSA taken.
PSA taken. Thank you. I'm technically Gen X, and and though I'm young Gen X, I was born in '78. I feel weird about still doing this stupid shit that
Oh,
everyone else I know quit doing like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and
Oh,
I'm like,
so you're only a year older than I am. Oh, interesting.
hey, nice. Okay, 79. Right on.
I just want to say I've smoked crack before and was an addict, so I think you're fine.
Thank you. That's a weird comparison, Alex, but I'll take it. I'm definitely an addict when it comes to tobacco.
From my
That's true.
understanding, crack is easier to get off of than tobacco.
That's what I've heard too. I've actually heard that. I've heard that tobacco is more addictive than heroin, which
Is.
Is it? Okay, yeah. Well, that explains all of the many times I've tried to quit and failed miserably.
Yeah, I remember when I think, Jolie, I think you know this. My first major was criminal justice.
Yeah.
My
you were
favorite
like,
class. Yeah.
You were like, unfair drug laws. I can't.
Yeah. So I think I was like 14 or something too, and my favorite classes were the drug identification and the psychology behind addiction and shit. But I was mind blown to learn that caffeine is the most addictive substance out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yup.
And it makes sense why I drink like 3 energy drinks and coffees a day, even if I try not to.
Well, and that's a funny thing, Alex. I'm so glad you bring that up because I had a nurse practitioner suggest seriously, somebody's gotta keep us on task about Diana because I will go off on tangents forever. But I'm considering getting screened for ADHD because it runs really heavily in my family, and lately I don't know what's going on, but I can't remember anything. Like I have to record all meetings at work. I have to take I've always been a note taker and stuff like that, but I always did well in school, but it presents differently in women than in men.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like literally like how you identify how your brain works. Like my brain is a feminine brain, so I do certain things a different way. And I'm a people pleaser. So, you know, it's not like I wasn't gonna, you know, fail a class. That would not happen. But I would have to study. I mean, I remember when my good brother, sorry to make the distinction, but when my awesome brother, he came home one time and I was in high school and he said, you've been doing he like popped his head in my door and he was like, hey, you want to go do this? And I was like, no, man, I'm still doing homework. He was like, you've been doing homework for like 6 hours. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've got an honors class and an AP class. This is just a Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I relate to that because, mind you, I was full-time high school and full-time college at like 14 years old. And everyone was constantly like, why are you always doing homework?
Yeah, right. And you're like, I don't know, because I want to like succeed. But
yeah, I don't want to lose my scholarship. What are you talking about? If I wasn't doing sports and like cheerleading, it is a fever dream that I was a cheerleading type.
I cannot imagine you as a cheerleader. That is weird.
Yeah, I loved track and volleyball more. Track was my favorite, and I excelled in it. I got varsity first season, and I was so proud of myself, and now I can't even jog. But
no, my knees can't do it.
yeah, I can't. I remember the last time I tried running. Mind you, I used to be like top in my school, and I loved running. But the last time I tried running after our husky foster, and I took like 3 steps, and it felt like I was walking on the moon, and then I just right down.
Oh shit! You ate shit like on the third
I
step.
did. It was
I'm
funny.
sorry.
He came back and sniffed at me like, "Why are you on the ground?" And I'm like, "You dumb. You are why I'm on the ground." But yeah, if I wasn't at meet or practice, I was doing homework. And then on top of that, I also had to do chores because my mother had OCD or something going on, you know.
Your mom
And
had a lot going on.
she had a lot
I
of
didn't
shit
get into
going on.
it, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I felt like a 24/7 maid on top of doing all this homework and stuff. And then it's like, it's no wonder I'm so burnt out now.
Mhm.
You know, I can't imagine doing the stuff that I used to do, not even just physically, but like mentally. I'm doing part-time classes for my major now, and it is overwhelming. And it's like, no wonder.
Yeah.
Yesterday when I was grieving obviously from it, and I was just kind of broke down, started crying a little bit, and Molly just kind of jumped up on my lap and looked at me like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
I know. They
She-
know,
no, she-
right?
She knew something was wrong that day, but she didn't know why. It's just like,
Right.
"What's wrong?"
They know. Yeah, they definitely know.
Yep. I remember I'd be home at night by myself when my cat and I lived with my first husband. Ugh, gross. My first spouse. But anyway, while that was when he was out working at night, Boo Bassus, my little black cat, she was on me all the time. Like she walked everywhere because she could sense that I was nervous and I was scared. And that's why the rest of the time that cat was very much the only person's lap she ever sat in was Junk Shop's, which was the ultimate seal of approval for me. I was like, holy shit, this is not a lap cat. I've had her for we had her for 15 years. 15 years I had this cat. And she sadly died from suddenly from something, and we don't really know.
I suppose that was a good early sign for Junk Shop that they passed the cat test early.
Yes, and I tell you what, I walked in to our apartment, and Bubastis was asleep on Junk Shop's lap, and Junk Shop looked up at me and just grinned like the cat who got the cream, you know. And it was like, I know what this means. Like she likes me. My tabby cat did not love Junk Shop as much as I did, although he would literally get in the middle of the couch between us and stretch out his paws and try to push Junk Shop away from me. And I was like,
I hope Amiga and us managed to finally get Sylvia fixed, because I remember all the problems with her she never got fixed. Diana was never able to afford to get the surgery done.
Oh man, I would have paid for that. Oh shit. Well, I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean I would say, thanks for doing this today, Ben. Honestly, because I think, I think the thing with me obviously we've all known Diana has been ill for a long, long time, and it was kind of one of those things that I suppose it was news that I'd sort of been somewhat expecting to hear for some time, but I'd say it still hit you like an absolute punch in the gut when I heard. It was.
Yeah, I was just going on to I was actually on the live stream. I was in the chat in the live stream for my gardening thing. Every Monday I go on this gardening thing. I just went over to Twitter to check something on the thing. I noticed this post. Diana. I was like, I just okay, I'm tuned out. I posted in the chat I just got the. I just got the
from Lone Wanderer. So
me too.
Yeah, I just posted in the chat like, yeah, I got some news. I got some really bad news. I'm totally checked out for the rest of the stream. Sorry, but like, oh yeah, sorry. Hope you're okay and all that. I was almost like numb.
Yeah.
I think Ben told me, because I've tried to make a Twitter, but the only phone number I have says that it already has an account, but it's not mine. But so I had to get the news from Ben, and he looked over at me and said, "Oh, Diane passed," and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, because I haven't spoken to her in a while because I don't have Twitter. But then Ben told me earlier that like she wasn't feeling well, obviously, so she wasn't talking to really anyone as much as she used to.
Yeah, she
And
can't
it was
put
like,
herself off, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't know how to respond. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
I was not a good friend. This is me just telling y'all what happened, but I was not a good friend. I one of her live streams, she was in so much pain, and there were another couple of disturbing ones that we've kind of touched on, but we're not going to say the words because those can get things taken down. But and at the same time, my mother was dying at the exact same time. So I kind of took a step back because I couldn't, and I feel bad about that. But at the same time, I'm sorry, I just didn't have the spoons to deal with like watching my mother die and listening to my friend suffer.
in fact,
I couldn't
suffering in the process of suffering and dying there.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot, and it was a little too much all at once. And so, whatever. Judge me if you want. It's okay. I understand.
No, there's
But
no judgment there.
No, I just mean anybody.
I think Diana would be the first to have understood. So
Yeah.
Probably. And she would have said it in 3 languages at least. I hate this. I hate this so much. Like why? Nope, can't say that. Can't say that. That will sound like an incitement of violence. I'm not saying that. Nope. No, Julie, don't say that. Anyway, my point is, some dickheads seem to live forever, and then awesome people die at 67. It's really frustrating.
Well, at least Diana had a good long life.
She did, and she was herself. She was herself when it was so hard. Guys, I can't even imagine. Can you even imagine? I can't imagine what it would have been like to be trans as a child when she was a child. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough. It's hard now. It's really fucking hard now. I'm not saying it's not. So, and I'm not trans, so I'm not trying to speak for y'all. I'm just saying, like, I know I have an idea of how hard and dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. Would now be a time I could talk about? So you're talking about how being trans is hard and shit. I'm not only dealing with Diane, like everyone here is too, but I don't know who all knows this. I'm gonna assume you all know what being polyamorous is, because hey,
damn it, Lilac!
What a lovely ceiling you have.
Lilac
I'm sorry, you got this. It was the funny thing. You were about to say something so serious. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
we got you.
Well, yeah, Lilac's really good at comedic timing, little shit. But I'm assuming you guys all know what polyamorous is. Ben and I are polyam. I practice more than he does, but little trigger warning. What I'm about to say is very serious. In January, my about-to-be fiance killed herself, and
honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh God.
What was it, 2 days ago? Their sibling, and I say sibling because they're non-binary, got stabbed coming from a pride event.
Okay.
That's earlier I stepped out for a second. Their mom wanted to call me because knowing that her Faith passed away exactly 6 months ago. and then now I'm close with their sibling, you know. So like you're talking about how it's dangerous to be trans and shit. They were visibly trans, if that makes sense. Like you could tell by looking at them, and they were just leaving the event. Like you cannot tell me that this didn't happen because they were leaving an event and looked trans. Plus, it was also like they're Black and Japanese mixed, and very clearly BIPOC, and it was also a Juneteenth event too.
Yeah.
And it's like, so now I got Diane on my mind, I have Faith, and then I have Hope on my mind. Hope is the sibling. And it's like, I don't know how the hell this shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to just do that. Plus, you had a knife on you. Like, you went to that event knowing that you were going to do something. People don't just, it wasn't a pocket knife, you know?
No, I mean, usually Pride events are incredibly, well, at least the ones we have here, the one we have, I mean, we celebrate the whole month, but we have one Pride Day and whatever here. And yeah, like it's historically been very safe, but they did provide extra MPD security this last time. Because we've had a lot of Proud Boy bullshit happen in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to usurp your story. That's horrible.
Oh, no, you're
I'm so sorry.
So that's why I stepped out, because I've been waiting 2 days to hear back on where they're at in the hospital. Like, they're in the ICU. I didn't know where they were. I didn't know what happened because Mom's Facebook post was like purposefully very vague, you know? So like she didn't want to give information out to just everyone because her shit's public, you know? So I've been waiting for a phone call because she was just like, we were attacked, you know? And so I literally, that's why I left for a second, and I came back and I was kind of off screen because I was trying not to cry. She was stabbed 3 times in the torso, and she's not like in a coma or anything, but she has been unconscious for the most part. So
is
like,
she, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just misgendered them. Shit, my bad. My brain's not here.
You're okay.
But
you're okay.
They, I'm sure they would understand that I accidentally.
They would understand in this moment, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I
no,
I don't know them, but
yeah. But no, they have woken up a little bit, but they've been like incoherently saying shit. I thought it was funny because I asked Mom, I was like, have they said anything? And they're like, they said something about the gingerbread man last night. Like,
oh my God, what?
Well, because they're on like a lot of painkillers and stuff, and they're in and out of it. So like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, Mom was like,
I was like, no, my gumdrop buttons. I just. So sorry.
That's hilarious. I needed to hear that though. I'm like, that's a little bit of humor. It's like the gingerbread man
who lives down Drury Lane. No, I mean, I
was like, I needed that little bit of comedic relief.
Well, that's what I'm here for, I guess.
Yeah, the second she said that, I thought of the meme that you mentioned. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you told me that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't want to say that they're fine, obviously. They were stabbed 3 fucking times.
It's horrible.
But the doctor said that, like, they're fine.
They're going to make it.
I mean? Like, yeah.
The like, prognosis is good.
Yeah, like, it's what you expect. It's not worse than, you know what I mean? They missed all vital organs.
Oh, good.
So,
very good.
They just had a lot of bleeding.
So a dumbass with a sorry guys, I'm using my phone and I keep doing things like sticking my thumb over the lens.
I've done that a few times.
I'm
It's like,
such an amateur. I don't remember how to do that.
That's kind of why I'm on my avatar, to be honest. But actually, I will put my camera on for a second and see if you guys notice what's different about me.
All right. Oh my God, where's your hair? What the fuck, sir?
dude.
Yeah.
You all right? You okay? Did you have to cut it for a job? Did you stop working for the postal service? What happened?
That's a long story. Yeah, I got sacked.
Oh no!
Yeah, I can't say. I don't want to say too much about it on any public forum because
Sure.
I'm in a legal dispute with them over this.
Oh, okay. Then definitely don't say anything.
So I don't want to say. Yeah.
You got what? No, everything's fine.
Yeah, I let's just say I think it was an unfair dismissal, and I'm looking at taking him to court. So that's all I can say. But I just so I've been out of work for 3 months, and I've just started work again this week. So for a new job. So
well done. And may I say, you don't look bad with short hair. It looks nice. Yeah. It was weird. It was shocking.
Yeah, it was. I just figured it was a thing. If I'm going for job interviews or whatever, I mean, it shouldn't really count against you, but there's certain places they don't like dudes with long hair, So
right, it shouldn't. But I will tell you what, I cover up all my tattoos when I go on a job interview.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It can be a job interview in July in the southern United States, and I will show up in long sleeves because you never know.
I never do that because I feel like it is completely valid to cover up. I just want to say, but I took my piercings. I remember I used to have like a full face of piercings. I took them out. I took them out for a security job, and I couldn't keep up with the putting them in, taking them out. So I lost them, and I'm like very dysphoric without my body mod. So I made it a rule for myself. If they need me to water myself down and they have a policy against visible tattoos or piercings, or like I have tattoos on my ears, they can go fuck themselves. Like they're not worth it,
Yeah.
That's just me though. I stopped doing that.
Also, like, I don't know what it's like in the UK, but here, I mean, even in the freaking South, what you think of as like backwards is all, your uncle's back 40. It's like, it's weird because I go to work with people who have, blue hair and all kinds of piercings, and everybody has visible. In fact, like the person above the person I report to complimented me on the flower tattoo on my arm, and because she thought it was beautiful, and I've been used to, I'm 46. I've worked in plenty of places where there were like no visible tattoos.
Yeah,
no
it's changing. I like it.
Yeah, and so it's just weird to me to be entering. I like it, but it's interesting entering this new world of like, hey, it's okay to express yourself. We don't care. We care more about like what you can do than what you look like, which is nice. Now, however, Scummer, I understand and trust me, I'm an American. I completely understand how like you could walk into a place.
I was laughing my ass off about because you're gonna love it.
Oh,
so we have one of those pillow top puppy beds, and one of the puppies, Ben's favorite, Jasmine, likes to go under it and she'll crawl around with it on her back like she's a fucking turtle. And I looked over and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Okay, that's like the cutest thing ever.
I love her. I love her. She's one of the ones that don't have a home yet, and I'm trying to tell Ben I'm going to be starting work soon, and I'm trying to tell Ben, I'm like, we're going to have some income. We got to keep this little shit. It's like, I have Daisy. You need Jasmine. Like, we got to keep her. And the fact that she's the last two to be adopted out, like, I'm just saying, I don't believe in fate, but it's fate.
I know, right? It's like I don't think it's the thing, but no, it's coincidence. But
The colloquial concept of it. But, like, I have Daisy, so I'm just saying, she's cute. She's adorable. I keep making jokes about, because it's really hot and our AC's down and our landlord's a piece of shit and won't fix it. So, like, I keep making jokes about how we have a bunch of hot dogs. So, like, we're gonna have hot dogs for dinner.
there you go.
Because they're
I need to make dinner before
So
Junk
do
Shop
I.
gets sleepy
Yeah,
and goes to sleep.
I haven't had any
I
dinner
have
myself
eaten
either.
today. I have eaten today. I had yogurts and an entire bag of Doritos. So I can't say that I haven't eaten.
Healthy food.
Well,
Not
the
sure that
yogurt's
counts.
healthy.
Can you tell me you'll eat something leafy green and not gummy green before the end of the night? Because that'd be cool. Sorry to act like your mom. I'm not your mom.
Lily just okay.
I'm
So
just old enough to be.
Lily's my favorite. She just ran into the wall. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, she
Dear
took
God.
the fluff off the floor, and sibling wanted it, so they chased, and she just like right into the wall. They're so stupid. I love them. Sorry.
No, you're
try to
good.
be
You're good.
easy.
Yeah,
Just-
I'm
Does
sorry. I'm
cheese
trying
and
to.
broccoli count as a good vegetable? If I smother it in cheese, is it still healthy?
Yes. You're getting
Yes.
protein from the cheese and you're getting the broccoli. It's fine.
We get most of our food from food banks because poverty. And they have been getting a lot of fresh produce donations.
Mhm.
And every week that we get food, there's broccoli. And I'm just like so happy.
Little trick for if you can get some cheese, like cheddar cheese or something, mix it with a little mayo. Oh, and you put it in the microwave for about 15 seconds at a time until it melts and you keep stirring it. And you'll make a fantastic cheese dip.
Yeah.
We don't have a microwave.
Well,
We
if
don't
you
have a
don't,
refrigerator.
if you don't, get with me, Alex. I can teach you how to make a blonde roux and add cheese to it, and
Yeah.
it'll make a lovely cheese sauce. It's
I need
not
to
hard.
learn how to
You just
cook.
have to be
This
patient.
is Jasmine. Tell Ben he needs to keep her.
I cannot responsibly say that, but I will say she's freaking adorable.
She is. Like once
But I'm not gonna weigh in on financial decisions in your household. I'm not gonna do it.
No, tell Ben yes. I can't wait to start my new job.
I'm excited that you have
What
it.
else is in that dog? It looks like there's something else.
Oh, I
What?
think they're not pure pit bull. There's something else.
Definitely not.
Oh, they're not. There's Staffy in there. Granted, we don't know who the dad is. So what happened? Oh, I'm so pissed. I'm gonna get pissed again.
I know I'm gonna get pissed with you because I know what
Do
happened.
do you know how we got the puppies then? Did Ben tell you?
Yeah. Well, no, Junk Shop did.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. So
'cause,
what happened
you
for those who don't know?
Junk Shop knows everything before I do because they pay more attention. But like, they were like, "Oh yeah, no, that it was messed up. Like the dog came to them pregnant, was supposed to be fixed." So that's what I know.
Not only was she supposed to be fixed, they knew that they were giving me Daisy to be a service dog.
Yeah.
And they gave her to me fucking pregnant. And mind you, we couldn't tell right away that she was pregnant because she was so skinny. So by the time it got too far to do anything about it, and she was just now showing, because I even sent the vet photos when I was setting up the appointment of her stomach and like her nipples and all that. And she's like, I can't quite tell. If she's pregnant, she's severely underweight. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like, so they neglected her too, nutrition-wise. I had to give her a bunch of medicines because she was neglected. She was on 3 prenatal supplements when she shouldn't have needed them. And it's like, now I love the puppies, but Daisy is now set back in her training by 2 months, 3 months. And with her being 2 years old already, I'm looking at possibly needing to get a different dog. I'm going to keep her. It's not her fault. I'm not going to punish her, obviously. But I'm going to try to train her. But, she should be fully trained by this age. Especially
Yeah,
since
exactly.
they told me. Yeah, especially since they told me she was trained for a few things. But they didn't lie about that. She was really good with asthma. She was really good with autism. However,
Sorry about
she's
that.
forgotten everything because I can't continue training when she's stressed out from all these puppies, you know?
No, and that's so messed up. I mean, you would think that fixing a service animal would be like number one. Like if I was
Yeah.
to write a flow chart of the process of how to train
Yeah.
a service animal, the very first thing would be, get
Yeah.
the animal fixed. That would be step one. Then
If
we'd move on
they
from
would
there.
have just told us too, like they said she was fixed. And if they would have just told us, hey, she just got pregnant, doing the math, we would have had time to get her fixed.
Yeah.
And we would have gotten her fixed right away before we did any training, you know?
Right.
But no, you're going to tell us that she is fixed. You do not accidentally give the wrong information with that.
No,
You know?
we were both very annoyed on your behalf by
Imagine how
that
pissed
situation.
I was. I can't handle. How many times a day do I message you while you're at work, freaking out because I can't handle the fucking puppies? My autism, like
You're so sweet,
I can't handle this.
I mean,
Puppy shit everywhere. You can only clean up so much whenever you're disabled, you know.
oh my God, they do that, don't they? Ew.
Yeah, they shit. Yeah, did you know that?
Sorry, I grew up in the insane 80s when we didn't treat our dogs as well as we should have. And also my mother had zoophobia, which is a real thing. She was terrified of all animals, anything with fur, couldn't handle feathers, couldn't handle. So our dog lived outside. Now, he had a big fenced-in backyard. He had a doghouse. It was insulated. It was warm in the winter. It was cool in the summer. He was fine. But he did live outside, which sounds kind of awful now. Like, I feel like when I tell people that, I'm like, I don't love it. I don't love that my childhood dog never was allowed. But he honestly, a few times we did have to bring him in and bring him down to the basement because of tornadoes and because of where we lived. We lived in an area that was prone to tornadoes, and and that was the one time he ever bit anyone. He bit my dad because Dad was trying to get him down to the basement, and Gus was like, "Fuck you! I don't want to go to the basement." I don't care if there's a tornado, man. I live outside. What are you doing?
Guys, I'm gonna have to bow out because it's almost 3:00 in the morning here, and I'm struggling to stay awake.
Oh gosh.
So,
okay. Hey man,
I might try and watch from the chat or something. So.
Yeah, don't be a stranger, okay? I know I'm off Twitter, but like I'm on Facebook, and you know my name.
Well,
and
as soon as I actually get a blooming invite from Blue Sky, I think I'm going to phase blooming Twitter out. To be honest,
yeah, Jeff, there. Just keep an eye on Purple's channel tomorrow. We're going to be doing a whole tribute to Diana. If you want to join,
if I'm about, I will. Yeah.
Say that one more time. The time and the date.
Purple rhymes with orange. We're going to be going tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
We're going to be doing there's going to be a whole memorial kind of thing tomorrow for her on her channel.
Okay, that works because I'm off for Juneteenth, which if you live in the U.S. and don't know what that is, you're white and you should look it up.
You're familiar with Purple Rhymes with orange in her channel?
I am.
Okay, good. So you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm an old. Well, I'm not an active. I haven't talked to her in a long time, but yes, I'm very much an old buddy of Purple.
Good.
So,
we're playing a memorial for Diana tomorrow on her channel.
Thank you, and to everybody watching, I apologize. I know a lot of the tangents were on me, and it's because I know what I'm doing. I'm deflecting grieving to like things that are easier to talk about, and I need to not do that. But anyway, love you, Godless Scummer. Love everybody who's watching, and Bub, thank you.
I believe what Diana would say in this situation would be moo.
She would say moo.
She would also say something to me in Russian.
Or
And
gibberish.
I do want to say something to Bionic Dance. If you're out there, are you okay? Like, just let us know how you're doing. If you want.
Yeah, I noticed in Lavender's DM, Kate responded and she said she actually had prepared already ahead of time, so she was kind of already numb to the whole situation. She already had kind of expected
makes
it
sense.
coming for a while. So
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. I was particularly worried about Kate because they were super close. Okay, I'm gonna stop doxing people and I'm gonna get out your hair. Bub, Alex, thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you, Tria. Thank you, Godless Scammer, and thank you very much, Mage Grey Wolf, whose name I've always loved because I'm a D&D enthusiast.
it has nothing to do with D&D either.
I don't care. It does in my head. You don't get to live in here.
This is my head canon.
Exactly. This is my head canon. My head canon is you're Gandalf in a campaign somewhere. That's my head
Okay,
canon.
that works for
Right
me.
there. All right. It's a compliment. So. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. And thanks for letting me get to a place where I could cry about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had not done that yet, and I was really glad to get there. So anyway, love y'all. Big hugs. Big hugs.
Yeah.
From beyond the Mason-Dixon line. God, I'm being ridiculous. People know me. Love from Memphis, y'all. All right? Bye.
I actually think I'm gonna bring this to an end. It's been a little over an hour and a half, and
Shit, it has been.
yeah, and we need to eat. So yeah. So thank you everybody that came on. Thank you everybody that hung out in the chat. Yeah, we need food, so we're gonna do that. I'm awkward at ending now. I don't know how to do it anymore.
Well, like I said, if you guys want to continue, we're going to be doing more on Purple's channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to continue on that, you can come over there and hang out, and we'll probably let anyone who wants to come in say something in. So
yeah, at the very least, I'll be in the chat.
I probably won't be on.
Yeah, too busy with puppies too.
You'll love my little tribute I've put together for her, I think. Hope.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but it was what I could put together in the time I had.
Yeah. All right. Well, take it easy, everybody. It was good seeing you all again. It's been a while. So, see you in the next one if there is a next one.
Later.